Hey everyone, welcome to another Tech Saturday featuring just Eric. Welcome back. We took a year off or so. We figured with the current situation, probably good to go ahead and jump in, maybe do like a gear update. So that's what this one will be. There's probably going to be 3, maybe 4 of these coming out. I'm not sure the release schedule, but hope you guys will enjoy this. So let's get into it after that intro. Roll that intro. Alright guys, so you might think you look like different maybe, huh? Look a little better, a little blurry in the background? I don't know. So I upgraded my camera. Well, I don't know if it was it was definitely an upgrade. I changed to the Canon M6 Mark II. The reason I did that was because the M50 was great, but the 4K I couldn't use because it cropped in. So this still has the 1.6 times crop because of the sensor size. In 4K, it's the same as 1080, so it doesn't crop in. This also has eye autofocus, so it has better autofocus. ISO range is a little bit better, and it also goes up to 32 megapixels. Hold on for a second, I'll show you. I'm filming on it right now. I'll show you with the Osmo Action. So there you guys are. I do also have a new lens on there. I had to get this small rig adapter for the microphone because I couldn't do the flip up screen with the camera like that. So I also have the Sigma 16mm f4 all the way through, but it's on a zoom, but it's definitely a cool camera. I will get into some downsides in a moment. Alright, welcome back. So as you saw, the camera is compact, more compact than the M50. The only thing that I kind of don't like is the flip up screen is okay, but it only shows me the right side up if I flip it all the way up. I can't like go halfway, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but other than that, it's okay. I like the bigger battery on this thing. It lasts like a lot longer, so that's good too. This is the first video being shot on this camera, so hopefully it's good. Be good for future travel. Anyway, that's not part of this, but so anyways, you saw we do still have the Osmo Action. That's definitely a staple. I like the Osmo Action over the GoPro just a little bit better. I think it has better audio when you're using just the dedicated audio in that thing. So I don't have the M50 anymore. I don't have the Osmo Pocket anymore, and that's because I have the Osmo Action, and I felt like it was kind of the Action does everything the Pocket did, but like in a more compact, easier to use manner. DJI obviously sells the adapter for the microphone if you want to go hardcore, but I feel like the audio straight out of the camera is good enough, and it has a noise reducer. So I've also done some updates to the PC, so let's take a look at that. As you can see, the fans have LEDs on this side now. So I upgraded the light loop fans to the QL fans. So it just means they have lights on both sides. You also see my power cables for my graphics card. They are the Lee Strimmer. So they're LED configurable. They have like a little box at the back of the PC that you could program the different patterns or whatever colors. So. And you also see the graphics card is different, so I changed that to a RTX 2080 Super. I believe we had the 2070 when we started, and we've also upgraded the RAM to a Corsair Dominator Platinum. That's 3600 megahertz speed, and the motherboard is different as well. It's a Gigabyte X570 motherboard. I did it because of future-proofing a little bit, because they have a PCIe Gen 4 slot in there, so I can do up to like, I don't know what the theoretical limit is, but the drives now are up to like 5 gigahertz and stuff. So the processor is different. We've upgraded to the 3900X. Then the AIO is exactly the same. It's exactly the same spot. And the case is different too, actually. I've upgraded to the bigger Lee & 11 case. It's got more USB connectivity on the front and then down here as well. We switched network things and we went with Ubiquiti. Well, we had the Amplify stuff before, but now I went full Ubiquiti because, I don't know, nerd? I don't know. But like this is a PoE switch, skews all the cables. And this is the security gateways on top, and then the cloud key is on the bottom. So it manages my camera, and it also manages remote login. We also had to upgrade to a Ubiquiti access point, so this is the UAC AP Pro. We have switched up the NAS just a wee bit. There's a graphics card in there now. There's also, I went to the stock cooler, and then there's the same amount of RAM. You can't really see in there too much, but I added 2 more fans. So that's kind of a quick overview. We're gonna jump onto the computer real fast. I wanna show you a couple things there, and then we'll wrap this one up. So looking at the sweet desktop now, you should be, at least. Maybe my face, I don't know. Anywho, so if we go to Task Manager, we can see the CPU usage. You can see it's a AMD Ryzen 9 3900X 12 core 24 thread. So look at all those threads, look at it, it's pretty. It's definitely a productivity beast, I'll give you that. Memory, exactly the same. We had 32 gigs before, so we have 32 gigs this time. 3600 megahertz speed. I think the only other thing that I changed in here was I took a few drives off. So I went to 2 solid state drives. So this is the 860 Evo, and then a SanDisk for like my scratch drive downloads and everything. And then the Samsung Evo is my games drive. I did have spinning hard drives in here, but I took them out because when I upgraded the case, I just decided to not go that route. We also have our storage drive, which is the NAS. We'll get to that in a second, but there's one thing I want to show you first. So our unified network. This is kind of why I went to Unify over Ubiquiti stuff. Well, you'll see. Look at this dashboard. It's sexy. It's very sexy. I don't know, I'm just a total nerd about things like this. So, you know, I have 3 switches online, 1 access point that you saw over here. My USG is at 0% utilization. You can see all the data from yesterday through today. You can see our devices here. So I have a USG UB150. So that's the PoE switch I have that powers my access point. And the little switch that I have, one of the Flex Minis in the office, it powers that. The Nano HD is powered by it as well. Another cool thing about this is it has a map. So you can see your network map. So you see the USG and then the switch and then everything fanning out from the switch. I don't know, it's a cool interface. That's kind of why I like it. You feel like you have granular control over things. It does have threat management, but I don't really use that so much because the USG that I have is not the Pro version. So once you turn it on, it limits your bandwidth. So if you have a gigabit internet, the download speeds will be limited to 100 meg, which kind of sucks but it's got to do all that processing. So deep packet inspection, basically it's looking through every packet that's coming through the wire to make sure that nothing's bad is happening, right? So it's okay. I have a couple networks. So I have an Internet of Things network and a regular LAN network. So the Internet of Things network is great for your your Internet of Things, my AELXA, see I didn't say it, devices, and then all my smart home stuff. So it's not on my regular network, so if it was to get compromised, it won't be able to overtake my whole network. It'll just be that network. It's segregated off with the VLAN. That's pretty much a quick overview of the Unified network and why I went with that. Now let's jump into the NAS. You'll notice on login that this is not FreeNAS, it's Unraid, and that's because FreeNAS is good, but I think it was a little overkill for what I needed. Unraid is not RAID, basically. You'll see. Here, let's log in. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, I have a dead parody disk, and that'll be a future video. We're going to replace that real soon. The dashboard version is really what I like. So you can see a quick overview of all of my shares. You can see your array over here, which this parody is disabled because it's dead. The disk is dead. So I only have one parody drive right now, and then I have 4 other disks active, and then I have 1 cache drive. So the way caching works on Unraid is it'll fill up everything onto the faster drive, which is your cache drive. So mine's only 256 gigs, which is okay because you're never usually writing more than 100 gigs at a time, maybe. So I use the cache drive just as fast storage, and then it has a scheduled mover that happens every night, and then it'll move everything from the cache to the array for you. So it's kind of cool. I also use this as a Minecraft server, so Devin plays Minecraft. So we use this as a local Minecraft server. He can host with his friends, can play locally on the NAS. I also have a Plex Media server. I don't know if you saw when I showed you the NAS, but I installed a graphics card in there just to do some encoding for the media server. Not a very powerful one, but it's good enough. And then I really like the way it shows, the hyperthreads. So like CPU 0 and 6 are the hyperthreads that are together here. You can see your memory usage. So right now it's sitting, you can see that these are not running. This is a VM, Mac in the box VM, and this is a folding at home. It's basically you helping out for different diseases and stuff like that. You fold proteins. It's basically like Bitcoin, except for you're not getting money. You're getting, points, I guess, to your team that you're on. I'm on the Linus Tech Tips team. So what I like about Unraid, besides the interface, is that the install was super easy. You can go to plugins and you can see your different plugins, and what's cool about this is they have an app store. So versus knowing all the Linux commands to just do this, you can click here and search for an app that you want, say Plex or something, or Minecraft. That's how I found those two, and then it'll just download them and install them. They have Dockers, which host the applications on here. It's pretty straightforward. It would download from the App Store, install it to Docker. You don't even have to do anything. Even to update it, you go to Dashboard and click here and say Update. It'll go ahead and grab the update if there is one. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a second. Oh, yeah. So there wasn't really an update there, just but it did the whole Linux command for you, so you didn't have to worry about that. I like just being able to see the stats of your processor and stuff, like what it's doing. The tools is kind of cool. It has update your OS, so if there would be an update, it would say here. You can check for updates, and then it'll say done, and then it says up to date. So you can see that you currently have the up to date software. One thing about Unraid is you pay per disk, so it's like a certain amount. I can't remember what it was. Maybe Keith can flash it up on the screen, but it's like 12, 24, I can't remember, or unlimited discs. And I think I did the 12 because I only have like 8 slots in my NAS, so I probably wouldn't ever go over that anyway. I'm not a huge data hoarder, I guess, but I think it's different price levels, but it's not bad. It's one-time subscription. It's not like a pay per year type of thing, unless you need. I really like Unraid. It's a slick, not RAID solution. So I would highly recommend checking this out if you're looking for a free one. Free NAS is still good, but it's a little bit. You just got to know a lot of Linux commands to comfortably run through free NAS. Anyway, so I hope you guys like that quick overview. There are some things that changed. It's been a year, so actually a lot has kind of changed. Definitely fun going down this road, showing you guys what we have. Looking forward to vlogging more on this camera, for sure. So I think we'll wrap it up here. Let's go ahead and do all those YouTube things like, share, subscribe. We also have a Ko-fi page if you'd like to drop us a tip instead of doing Patreon. Keith will flash that up right here. Anyway, if you guys want to see something in particular on one of these update videos for the Tech Saturday, let me know. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Or let me know how you think I did. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace and love.